Good morning and welcome back to the vlog. Today is day 2 of our 3-day cruise, which means it is our day off, which is a very much needed day of the week. It's a great day to not only recover from the shows that we just had, but it also gives me the time to be productive with other things that I've been wanting to do on other days where I don't have as much free time. So today is going to be a very productive yet balanced day in my life. We are in Nassau today and I am planning to go to the beach. Fingers crossed on those plans because I haven't had any luck the last couple weeks really, so I did stop trying to get off here for a few weeks, but we're gonna try again with some of the cast. And we're meant to meet at 10 o'clock, so I want to hustle up to the gym and get my incline walk in before we go. But before we go there, I do need to make my to-do list for the day. If you haven't gathered already, I'm a very type A person. If you're like me, you need a list to get you through the day. I love a good to-do list. It keeps me on track. It helps me remember all the things that I need to get done in a day because I definitely load a lot onto my list. This doesn't necessarily mean I have to get everything done, but I like to just write everything out and I can kind of work as I go depending on how long each task makes. So usually I write on my whiteboard, which is on the wall right here, but I thought I would switch it up and use my iPad today because I have Procreate and it's so much fun to draw on. So we can make it sort of cutesy. So I'm just gonna get to it using my Apple Pencil and I'm just gonna write down all the things that I would like to get done today. Alright, here is my to-do list. I might add things as we go, but for now, I think that's a pretty strong start. So, already made my bed, had my AG1. I need to move on to the next thing, which is an incline walk, and when we get back, I will take my vitamins. We are back, and by we I mean I am back. I had a nice little incline walk. I have been loving my 12-3-30. It has made me feel so good. I love walking, but I also love reading, so to get to multitask and do two things at the same time is phenomenal. So ideally I'd like to get another walk later today, but just on the track so I can actually be outside in the fresh air. But for now, I'm done in the gym. I mean, I literally just did a walk and a stretch, and now I need to hop in the shower. You guys might think I'm crazy for going to the gym on my off days, but honestly, it just makes me feel the best. I always say that you should listen to your body 100%, so if I'm feeling beyond exhausted, I won't go to the gym that day, but I personally always feel better when I do get a little bit of movement in. I'm not doing anything too intense. Other contracts, I was definitely going harder in the gym. I was doing like hour and a half workouts, lifting weights, doing cardio, like the whole 9 yards, but here our schedule is so much more demanding than what I am used to, so because of that I have kind of toned back my workout quite a bit. My go-to lately has just been incline walking. I've been doing weights a little bit, but it really hasn't been often. I honestly think the last time I did my weights circuit was maybe 2 months ago, month and a half ago, so it's been a while. So my gym routine has really just been the basics, but let this be a lesson for you that you don't need to be doing any crazy workout for it to be effective. Sometimes less is more. Just showing up to the gym to keep with a consistent routine and to keep up that habit is more important than doing a really intense workout one day and then not making it back to the gym for the next 3-4 days. So with that, let's hop in the shower. Alrighty, sunscreen is on, beach bag is packed, and we are ready to go. a beautiful sight. Wow, it's really quiet today.
So nice.
I love it. Club's first beach day of the contract, and we're how many months in? 4 months in. We have made it to the beach. The boys decided to take a jet ski, so they are out and about right now, but I am holding down the fort, watching all the things, and just reading my book. I'm starting a new book. This is the 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I heard really good things about it, so this is book number 25 of 2024, I want to say, if I'm counting correctly. But yeah, I'm pleased. It is so sunny, it's so hot, and this beach is honestly so stunning. It's not very busy, and I could just listen to the sound of the waves all day. It honestly sounds like a sound machine. So I will be here laying, reading, and taking in some sun. There's a wedding on the beach. I think it's around 1:30, 2 o'clock, 1:40. It's 1:40, and we are just about to pack up and head out. We've had a nice couple hours on the beach. We threw the football around, swam quite a bit, had a beer, and now it's time to head back. I feel crispy. I feel like I've got good color today.
Crispy.
Some other friends join us. Sammy and Trent showed up. We're about to pack up and leave. Vova and Olga over there. What do we got?
A sand cloud, a couple shakes, and there's no sand.
Not sponsored.
That's crazy.
Yet. Next order of business is some coffee.
Hey, cowboy.
Pumpkin season is back.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum. Because I have so much coffee on the ship, I figured I shouldn't buy one here. So instead I got something a little bit different. Thank you. We are back from the beach. I had such a nice time. That was honestly so relaxing and was very needed. The weather was absolute perfection, and it was so nice to just hang out with some of the cast. Cabbage Beach is also one of the most beautiful beaches I think I've been to. The water is just crystal clear. It is so warm. It's incredible. Like, it literally feels like bath water, and it's like a Gatorade blue color. It is just stunning, and we really lucked out because it was quite quiet when we first got there. It did get a bit busier as the day went on, as it, you know, naturally would, but it was not busy beach at all. And if you go further down, you can get completely away from everyone. So we just had a really nice time. I didn't read a ton of my book because I was more engrossed with hanging out with my friends, but read a little bit. I do want to get back to reading, but that'll probably have to be an activity for later because now it is time to crack down on some of the tasks I wrote down on the to-do list. It is 2:40, and first order of business is taking a quick shower, getting all the sand and sunscreen off my skin, and getting into some fresh clothes. I'm feeling so nice and fresh, and now it is time to get going. I desperately need to do laundry. Today is laundry day, as you can tell. I have a full bag of laundry. So, one huge perk about working on board is that you do not have to pay for a laundry service, which is great. When I was in rehearsals in California, I was paying $2 per load, so $2 to wash and $2 to dry, which isn't too bad, but it will add up over time, especially because we're here for many months on end. So, all we have to pay for is detergent, which is you know, easy peasy. So we're gonna take this and get the ball rolling. Alrighty, laundry is in. It should be 34 minutes, so in the meantime, I'm going to sit here and do some work. I need to add all of the text overlay and stabilize some of the footage for the vlog I'm currently editing. So, gonna do that. Hopefully I can export this before it's time to switch over my laundry, and then we'll be back to it. Callum is currently working Gangway and he requested a coffee delivery, so I'm gonna go buy him a coffee and deliver that to him because I think he's struggling a little bit. Started work at 9 this morning, he's going strong. So I just want to treat him to a little coffee. Thank you. Laundry is done. There is nothing quite like fresh laundry, you know? And I actually didn't realize that I haven't done laundry in 2 weeks. I thought it was last week that I did it, but it's actually been 2 weeks. So I don't know how I managed that, but I was getting very low on everything. So this is done. I need to fold it and put everything away, which is my least favorite part about laundry. I don't know what it is, but I hate putting laundry away. But it's gotta get done. I'm probably gonna just put a podcast in my headphones and put everything on the bed and then put it back into the closet. It's so important to keep these closets organized because they are so small and you don't have much space for things. So the second it starts to get cluttered and messy, it just goes downhill very fast. Laundry is put away, organized. Closet looks a lot better. I sort of refolded things and just sort of sorted it out. So it's looking nice and neat. Next thing I want to do is vacuum the cabin. This does not take me long at all, and the vacuum isn't too far from me. There's one in Studio B that we're allowed to use, which is incredible because otherwise I would have had to borrow it from Linen, which is a bit more of a hassle. So I'm gonna go grab the vacuum and vacuum the floor. Also want to clean the bathroom a little bit. The one perk about the cabin being so small means there's less to clean. Things don't take as long as they would if I had, obviously, an apartment or a big house. So let's get to it. Cleaning supplies can be borrowed from Linen, which is great, but I did buy some of my own stuff as well just because it's more convenient. It's always here and it's easier to keep the room clean when you always have it just right there. Bathroom is fresh and clean. I mean, it doesn't look much different than I did before because it was already pretty clean, but it's all fresh now. Also refilled the soap, cleaned the mirrors, and we are good to go. There is just something so satisfying about ticking things off your list. List is looking pretty good. I got almost everything done. Just a few odds and ends still. I don't know how this went past me, but I just realized it's September 21st. And it is now officially the 21st night of September. Which I really hope you understand the reference, because it's only one of the best songs ever. September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. And just so happened to be my solo last contract. So I might have to make like a cheeky throwback post. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm gonna get back to editing. Just waiting for Callum to come back to the room, and then we will head to the mess for dinner. Getting very hungry. I gotta get back on my healthy grind. I indulged a little bit last cruise, but Callum's parents were on board, so naturally that's what you do when you get access to all of the guest food. So thoroughly enjoyed that, but I'm excited to eat something healthy, and I'm definitely needing to eat a bit more protein because yesterday I don't think I ate enough protein. So I'm gonna make that a priority this evening. I am back from dinner. I had a really nice meal, made a nice salad. They had some different things out today, so put a bunch of different stuff into my salad. And then I also had a little side of pasta, which was very yummy. So feeling very full and satisfied with my meal. But I figured now would be a good time to have a little chit chat and kind of talk about productivity and balance while working on the ship. I get asked all the time how I manage my time and how I am able to not only work on board but also keep my YouTube running full time and posting consistently. So I thought, what better time than now to talk about it. So naturally, I'm a very organized person. I'm very type A. I am the planner. Like in my friend group, I'm the one always making plans, always making color coordinated schedules, lists, like all of that. And I think that that comes from having to be organized from a very young age. Skating has been obviously my life since I was a little girl. I had a very busy schedule as a kid. I did have a quite long commute to the rink. It was about 3 hours round trip, and I did that 5 to 6 times a week. So it was really important for me to keep my grades up when I was in school, but I also got out of school early, so I had to teach myself some of the material and stay on top of my work. So this meant doing homework in the car on the way to the rink and then turn the light on when it's completely dark out on the drive home and finish the rest for school the next day. This obviously carried into college. I went to university and I was still training and competing full time along with an internship, and I also was on the executive board of my sorority, so my schedule was jam-packed and it was really important for me to stay organized. So it's kind of been embedded into me for as long as I can remember, and I think that's just why I am the way I am today, and I still keep up with my organization and all the things that set me up for success. That's a little backstory for you. So for me, it comes more naturally, but I do still have to be accountable and follow through. So for those of you that are struggling to be productive, to increase time management, I thought I could share a few tools or things that I do that help me, and maybe they will help you as well. So obviously you saw me write out my to-do list, but this is something I do religiously every single day. Even if I don't have a lot on the agenda, I just like to write out all the things that I either need to do or want to do in that day. Today I made a generic list, but sometimes I do separate it by needs and wants. I do think this helps keep you focused on what the priorities are for the day, and if you get all of those main tasks done, then you can move on to the other things that you want to do. I also think that starting with smaller, quicker tasks is the best way to go, because then you're already sort of on a roll of checking things off your list. And for me personally, I feel more accomplished and more motivated to continue with the list if I can actually see things getting done. If I get stuck on a really big task first thing, then I am going to get tired and maybe not as determined to continue down the list. You don't need anything fancy for your to-do list. You can literally have a whiteboard, you can have a post-it note, just a normal piece of paper. I really like to write down my to-do lists on the iPad in Procreate because it just makes it a little bit more fun and creative. I also love my journals, and you can also buy preset sort of to-do lists. They sell them at Target, TJ Maxx, Marshalls. They always have really cute ones that kind of break it up for you. So whatever works best for you, I would say continue with that. On the ship, I usually use the whiteboard just because it's on the wall, and every time I come in the room, I can look at my to-do list and see what needs to get done. Also, another great thing that you can do is time blocking. If you're a person who struggles to manage your time well, I think this is a really great way to stay on task. So you basically just block out a section of time and a specific thing that you want to accomplish in that time. And once you've hit the end of that time block, you've got to move on to the next thing. Even if you haven't fully accomplished it, say you have a project you want to work on, or in my case, I'm editing, I can say that I want to block out 2 hours for editing a vlog, and I will just try to get as far along into that as I can in 2 hours, but once the 2 hours are up, I got to move on to the next thing. As far as motivation is concerned, sometimes the reality is you just don't have it. There's days you wake up naturally more tired and you have a lot of things to do and you don't really want to do them, but you have to get them done. I believe that small incentives or rewards are a good way to keep yourself going and give you a little bit of motivation. So after a certain number of tasks, you can reward yourself with a cup of coffee or, a handful of your favorite snack or a little piece of candy. So this can be whatever you want, but I feel like this is a good incentive and a good way to motivate you to get through whatever it is you need to do. I cannot stress enough the importance of routine. I love my routine. I feel the best when I am in a good routine. So I do think routine is really important and very helpful. That being said, it's good to switch up your routine a little bit every so often just so it doesn't get too repetitive. But if you have certain things that you do every single day or you need to do every single day and you kind of do them around the same time each and every day, then you're gonna get adjusted to when that time comes, you've got to move on to that specific thing on your list, if that makes sense. Now, all of that is great, but we do also have to talk about distractions and staying focused. Like yourself, I can also get distracted, but there are a few things that I like to do to deter me from that and to keep me focused on whatever I'm doing. I have a bit of an advantage because my phone is not as distracting as it might be for you guys, only because I don't have unlimited internet access. So my phone isn't constantly blowing up with notifications from social media and other things. So that is a huge distraction for most people, but I would suggest putting your phone on Do Not Disturb if that is something that tends to draw you away from your task at hand. Like I said, I don't have that issue on the ship because we don't have internet, so that's not really a problem for me here. But when I am home, it's a different story. I also absolutely love wearing headphones and listening to music or just like white noise while I'm doing work. This helps me focus as well and kind of cut out everything that's going on around me. So if I am in a noisy area where there's a lot of crew members or there's an announcement being made or anything like that, I will just pop in my AirPods and it really helps me block out everything else. I also really love the app Endel. This has so many different soundscapes and this is really good for working on your computer or if you're reading or writing. I really like this because sometimes lyrics of a song can be distracting, but this doesn't have any noises and you can also adjust it to kind of sync with your circadian rhythm. So it's great. And of course, I think it's really beneficial to take breaks every so often. So if you try to work for 6 hours straight, you're gonna get burnt out and just distracted and maybe get off track. But if you take a 10-minute break after an hour of work, I think that is a much better way to go about it. Also, if you've ever heard of the Pomodoro method, they do have timers for this online, so you can look into that as well. Obviously, being productive is very important, hence why I've been talking about it, but the most important part to being productive is finding balance. If you don't have balance in your life, then chances are you're not going to be as productive as you can be. Being productive doesn't necessarily mean working harder, it means working smarter. And sometimes less is more as well. More is definitely not always better. While it is important to prioritize getting things done, it's also really important that you make time for yourself. You need to find a balance with work, but also your social life, time to yourself, relaxing as well. Like all of these things are really important and you can't have one without the other. I think you need to find a good balance that's going to be different for everyone. So trial and error is the best way to go about that and kind of see what sticks and what works the best for you. But if I find myself working all day on a C day, I am going to reward myself with a little social time in the evening, because working throughout the entire day and not having any sort of balance otherwise, whether it's reading for enjoyment, watching a series, or hanging out with friends. If you don't spend any of your time doing that and having a good time, then I do think your productivity is definitely going to plummet from that. So it's always important, like anything in life, to have balance. Balance is absolutely key. I've heard it from other people, I'm sure, but too much of anything is not a good thing. That's pretty much the gist of it. I do have one other book I want to talk about. So I have the 5-minute journal. Absolutely love this. This is a really good way to stick to journaling if that is something that you're trying to get into. But I think journaling is so beneficial. And I really love this one because it doesn't take you much time. I mean, it literally takes 5 minutes or less. So there is a morning section and an evening section. This is a good way to also reflect on your day. So each page has a unique quote. There's a list for I am grateful for, what would make today great. So this can be 3 things that you want to accomplish, like your 3 main things you want to do in the day and your daily affirmation. And then at the end of the day, before you go to bed, you fill out the highlights of the day and what did I learn today. This is a really great way to reflect on the day and also a good way just to round out the day, in my opinion. I hope this was a bit informative and helpful to you. I love sharing my life with you, my healthy habits, my routine, all of that. But more than anything, I just hope that some of it resonates with you and helps you either get inspiration or motivates you to make healthy choices for yourself and make choices that will help you become your best self. That being said, it's 8:45. The cast was discussing maybe having a movie night. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I need to check my messages, but I think that would be a really great way to end off a productive day. I've gotten a lot done today. I'm feeling very accomplished. Cleaned the room, edited, had a nice workout. I got my 10,000 steps for the day. I read my book, and I also got to enjoy some time with the cast at the beach. So it's been a very well-rounded day, and yeah, it's just gonna be a nice, relaxing evening.
Then isn't the lady talk about it? They talk about how he wants a boy this time. I don't like what it's watching.
No way. Mais non. She's by herself now.
Back from movie night, we ended up watching Split, which I have actually seen before. It's been a while. I want to say I've watched it like once or twice before, so I knew how it ended, but still got me jumping a little bit and definitely sweating. But it was so fun to watch with the cast and just watch everyone's reactions, because I am the biggest baby when it comes to scary movies. So knowing the ending already was a little bit more enjoyable for me. Main actor is so talented. I can't believe he didn't win like any major awards for that movie. We have a magnetic dartboard in the room, and Callum and I just played around to see who has to fill the water bottles. And I won. So he's doing that now, and then we're gonna just, I don't know, get into bed, put something on TV, and then call it a night. But it's been a good day. A very nice, well-rounded day. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you have video requests outside of just normal vlogs, definitely let me know. Always looking to get some feedback. So I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch my video. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe and get me one step closer to my 100,000 goal. It is a goal for 2024, and I really think we can get there. So yeah. If you're not already subscribed, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. But thank you guys so much for watching. Love you to the moon and back, and I will see you guys in the next one.